A very important lesson I learned on this deployment is never die because you got bored. I got bored. And then another truck came up full of guys. And then another truck came up full of guys. And then another one. This is some serious ambush. Hit that first. And he said, I can't. We don't have any air support. I'm like, okay, this is bad. The batteries in my radio just died. I'm not carrying the spares, remember? You are. They're in the rucksack that I dropped. One of the guys said to me, this is danger close. What do we do if it hits us? This is where you save at least one bullet for yourself. Those guys will skin you alive. There's a video online where we put these, there was an Al-Qaeda guy working at a gas station. He was laundering money and funding shit because that's one of the major ways. There's only a few roads, obviously. And the RRD Rangers, and they're awesome dudes. They went out on RNS and they really watched this damn gas station for 5 days, which just sucks, like in the heat. And then they had eyes on whatever and we rolled from the safe house 30 seconds, grabbed this dude and then rolled out with him. There's a video that they made of us rolling up. We wear this ridiculous Haji gear. I mean, I don't blend in. I don't know if you know.
You don't blend in?
No, man. If we go to war with Scotland, I'm in there. But we roll up, we run in, we run out. We got this dude in the van, takes away. They made a video. If you could find it online, it says a snatch and grab at the grab and go. And it's literally a 30-second mission, and that was we just rolled him out and flew him to Bagram. But we were using technology to track Al-Qaeda and see what they're doing. And mainly, I mean, we're just rolling them up to get intel. We're trying to build the network to find. There's not a lot of Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan at this point. They all went to Pakistan.
Okay.
So not a lot. I mean, a couple dudes up in the Korangal, but most of them went over to the federally administrated tribal area, the FATA. And they're all over there on that side. And that's another story that I have 2 deployments later.
Let's go into it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we did go to Iraq next.
We'll jump to this and then we'll go to Iraq.
Okay. So my next deployment to Afghanistan, I was instead of being a member at the J-Bad Safe House, I was in charge of the Asadabad Safe House. So I'm the team leader there, which means I have one other guy with me from Red Team. And then we have a few augments that are probably going to screen for Dev Group. But aren't there yet, so they come over to learn what we're doing, and we're working with the agency, running sources back and forth, and mainly this is just for drone strikes, so we can get intel, hit these guys or whatever. And we were getting bored, and a very important lesson I learned on this deployment is never die because you got bored. Do everything like you do anything, and always follow your rules. People die because they take shortcuts or they get bored. I got bored, and I came up with a plan with the chief of base, who was he had actually been with the agency fighting with the Mujahideen against the Russians. So this dude knew the area, and so he and I over cocktails. I think the agency calls it fellowship. Over fellowship, we came up with a plan that we know, as per rules of engagement, if we have troops in contact and positive identification on the border, we can pursue, I want to say 10 clicks inside of Pakistan. So we knew there was about a click in and a click and a half in, there were 2 Al-Qaeda safe houses. So we figured if we go up there on the border and sort of show ourselves, they'll shoot at us, we'll call air support, we can hit these houses. That's going to be a good mission, cross-border route. This is badass. So that's the plan. And everything went to shit because we get up there. I got a couple Army guys and then a few Afghans. And we had put on the brown tiger stripe stuff, and I don't even know if that's legal. So we don't look like Americans. So we're trying to, if Al-Qaeda or the Taliban sees us, they're not worried about air support because this is simply, A&A, Afghan Army.
Yeah.
We'll kill them. We didn't put that together because like a truck came up and some dudes got out, and it's like almost like a flash checkpoint. And they walk up and they're yelling us to come talk to them for tea. And I was like, yeah, you guys go talk to him. Don't tell him there's Americans here, whatever. So they went down there and they kind of came back and they said, yeah, they want a tea, but we're not falling for that. So they went to this thing. We got the high ground here. It's 11:30 in the morning. We stayed overnight. We're up there. It's 11:30 in the morning. And then another truck came up full of guys. And then another truck came up full of guys. And then another one. Now we have a little bit of high ground, but there's a lot of dudes down there, and this is some serious fucking ambush shit. I'm in charge. I'm an E6 or E7, but I'm the ground force commander of this one. It's my call. It's like, well, I mean, we can get the fuck out of here right now. They might not notice. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna beat it. So we had some guys below us, a semi-mortar team but they, whatever. They weren't U.S. Army. We didn't know if they could do it. So we're running down to them. I'm explaining what's happening, and we got to haul ass, or maybe we can get exfil. And that's when one of the Afghan guys I was with said the first words I ever heard him speak in English. He pointed up and yelled, "Bad guys." And I remember looking up, and now this is going to be a real gunfight in the mountains at high noon. And watching dudes run that fast, they had brown shit, like brown uniforms almost on. So it turns out to be a mix of Al-Qaeda, Taliban, and Pakistan military.
No shit.
And we're looking up, and they're surrounding us, and they're hauling ass. And they just start zipping rounds at us, and you can hear them, zip zip zip. And the scariest ones were the ricochets, zip zing. So we can't move now. We're pinned. Then they got us on like 3 sides. We had separated. I had a new guy. He was SEAL Team 4. He was my radio guy. He had never ever called in real world close air support, and I need him now. And he's maybe 100 yards away. I had heard up to this point some of our standard operating procedures that originated from Vietnam were lines of gear. How you wear your gear in lines: first line, second line, third line. Your first line gear is your most important shit. It's closest to your body. It's on your belt. It's an extra mag in a pocket in Copenhagen, whatever. Cash. Second line gear is your second most important stuff. Magazines, grenades, maybe some more water. And your third line gear is your least important stuff in your rucksack. So that's your sleeping bag and ground pad, extra socks, foot powder. The reason, so I'd been told, you keep it that way is because if you need to run, you can start ditching your shit in order to get lighter. Now, that's the first time I've ever heard anyone doing it. I drop my ruck. I sprint over to Tony. I got to get to him because, and the people are just eating dirt. I lay next to him, and I said, okay, here's the deal. That up on the thing where they set the flash checkpoint, hit that first. And he said, I can't. We don't have any air support. I'm like, okay, this is bad. You got to get some, whatever it takes. We'd been up there for a day and a half. They lost interest in whatever, and the other people, whatever. So we're laying there, and I'm just right next to him, and the rounds are getting so close that they were hitting air bursts above us with RPGs where explosion, and they're shooting mortars at us too, that you'd hear an explosion and look back are my legs still there?
Shit.
And nothing was hitting. I don't know how. It got so bad. We did this for an hour, where it's not even the worst feeling I've ever had in the world is having someone shoot effective fire at me, but realizing I can't shoot back because my rounds probably won't reach him, and if I lift my head up, I'm done. Like, we were seeing tracers right between us. And
how many of you guys were there?
a total of 5 or 6 Americans.
That's it?
Maybe 15 Afghans.
How about the opposed?
Oh, I don't know. There was a lot. There was 3 or 4 truckloads full of them.
Shit.
And so we're up there. This is all happening, and they were to the point they were so close that I had a dude shooting at me. He looked like me. He had a red beard, a white guy, shooting a PKM, but he's yelling, "Allahu Akbar, God is great," in Arabic. So now I'm seeing this shit, and again, I don't even have night vision because I don't need it. It's daytime. It's in my whatever, and that's when you start to think, okay, not only is that Al-Qaeda, that's a Chechen. This is where you save at least one bullet for yourself.
Yeah.
Those guys will skin you alive. And this is all happening. And finally, Tony said, all right, I got one. I said, awesome, hit that fucking checkpoint. Get it in here now. And he said, okay, I can't.
Time doesn't slow down, and really, you shouldn't either. We all sit around and say, oh, I'll get to that later, but some things shouldn't wait, like protecting your family's financial future. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done today. It's made for busy parents like you, all online on your schedule, right from your couch. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. If you have kids, and especially if you're young and healthy, the time to lock in low rates is now. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/srclips. That's meetfabric.com/srclips. MEET fabric.com/srclips. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
The batteries in my radio just died. Because we had been out there and it had been on and they died. And so one of my jokes about this is I don't believe in micromanaging. You should teach your people how to do it and let them do it. But right now I figured it was a proper time to micromanage. I said, change the fucking batteries. And he said, I can't. I'm not carrying the spares, remember? You are. They're in the rucksack that I dropped.
Shit.
Yep. So I said something, I mean, I don't have a choice at this point. I said something along the lines of, don't tell mom I did this. And I ran. So I'm running to that thing, and I don't know, I'm saying 100 yards. And I don't know how I hadn't been hit at this point. And naturally, I know where they're packed. They're probably at the bottom of this fucking thing. I'm opening this damn thing. I grabbed the 2 old school batteries. Now I'm running back. Fuck the rucksack. I have the batteries, and I chucked them to him, and now we're calling in air support. And there was a funny story, what he said was bombs away 2 minutes out. And I'm like, 2 minutes? What did he fucking drop this from the space shuttle? Is that the first? Nothing takes 2 minutes to fall anywhere. Well, it turns out it was Bones. It was a B-1. And he was at 60,000 feet. And he just dropped 3 JDAMs, 3 2,000 pounders.
Shit.
And it's danger close, but like whatever. And one of the guys said to me, "This is danger close. What do we do if it hits us?" And I said, "Not a problem. Plug your ears." And then they don't whistle. They sizzle. It sounded like bacon. And then we lit the whole hillside lit up. And like I'm watching dudes on fire running around that we just hit with that's the first time I was like, I will never make another joke about the Air Force. That is thank you. I heard that was America. Just that, and now they're running. Al-Qaeda is, and I'm finally getting some shots off. I think I killed the Chechen. They're running up the hill. We're fucking lighting them up. And it turned the tide there. And then we called them in again. It actually got to the point where we bombed Pakistan for 4 hours. One of the guys we called in, his call sign was Dude 12, which I thought was just awesome. And he was, now we're calling in where he's flying upside down, and he's like wanting us to describe what we see. And it's like, can you see the peak with the snow? Yes. Can you see the intersection of the river? Yes. That's 1 unit of measure. I want you to take 2 of those units, please, at 097 magnetic, all this bullshit. But like the first thing that the conversation that I had with him was so awesome. Because we had adrenaline going. He wants you to calm down. So he said, just talk to me like I'm a man. And I said, I see why women find you attractive. So we get done with that. And we can find, and then at this point, we got more fast movers. The Kiowas showed up, and they're just bad motherfuckers. And then we can call in to a couple 60s. We have some Army pilots come. They're going to pick us up. We're going to bounce. So they called us in. I got on the starboard side, the right side of this Black Hawk, and we're leaving. And it's a maybe a 10-minute flight back to Abe. That's how close we were to this, right on the border. And that's the first time I saw the battlefield that we just created, and it is scorched earth. And I'm thinking, oh man, we just bombed Pakistan. That is an international incident.
Yeah.
Then I thought, I'm in charge. I'm probably going to hear about this.
Oh, shit.
And I was right, because we landed at ABAD, and they had already flown a 2-star general in there to meet with us. And he said, I'm in a good mood at this point. I was going to die for the past 6 hours. Now I'm going to live, and I'm in a good mood. And he said, hey, O'Neill, you realize we're not at war with Pakistan, right? And I said, yeah, man, but we were today, and you should have fucking... Yes, sir. And then he said, yeah, there's going to be an investigation, obviously, and you're either going to get a Silver Star or you're going to spend the rest of your life in Leavenworth.
Shit.
And you think waiting an hour for a bomb is a long time. Try waiting 3 weeks for that decision to be made. We got lucky, though, and the footage is still on the internet, where Pakistan was saying it was an unprovoked attack by American forces, like they always do, because it turns out Pakistan fucking lies to us. They had the footage as they're getting the stuff. They go, okay, well, really, now look at this. Here's your guys attacking my guys. And they said there were something like 21 martyrs from the Pac. We killed like 21 Pakistanis that were fighting us.
Wow.
So that's like so I did get a Silver Star.
That you did?
Yeah, that was my first Silver Star. What's actually funny is I'd been lying to my mom my entire career, because it's easier to go to war than to send someone that you love to war. So, but their worrying is not going to affect how you do. So don't make them worry. Just lie to them. No, we're not doing shit. Don't worry, Mom. Iraq's not what you think. We're not whatever. My mother came down to Virginia Beach for the presentation of the Silver Star, and they actually read the unclassified version of what happened, and she's sitting there listening. And I remember saying, Mom, I promise you I'll never get another Silver Star. Now, fast forwarding to the day after the Bin Laden raid, I said, Mom, I think I lied to you. I think I'm getting a second Silver Star.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's crazy. And that was just because another rule in life, you don't need to go looking for it. Don't go looking for it.
No.
If it's meant to find you, it'll just find you. Don't, like thanks to jujitsu, don't fight anyone in a bar. You don't know who's a black belt.
Very true.
Yeah, don't go looking for it. If you get in a bar fight and someone starts with a leg kick, apologize and buy him a drink. Not my bad. I was wrong. Exhales through the nose.
Damn.
Yeah.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.